I'm here where it says live.
Refresh.
I just did.
And it doesn't bring it up? Alright, well, just give it a little, I guess.
No.
That's so gay.
Okay. Your connection makes it seem like you're in the next.
I know, it's so bad. I don't know what it is either. Maybe I'll go back on Wi-Fi.
Round one.
So I'm doing the one with money, like my crossword. I have quarter, nickel, and dollar. And the last word is 4 letters, so it's obviously dime, but there's no dime on here. There's only 2 D's.
2 what?
D's, and none of them are next to an I. So,
What about note? N-O-T-E.
no. I see me stop. No. Still not showing up, Lupa. Oh, yeah, it is. It's right here. Are you playing Fortnite?
Round three.
What?
The font looks like it.
I don't even know what that means.
You just look like a Fortnite epic pack.
Don't say that.
I know where to hit.
This guy's just spamming. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm not late. You fight like a man, babe. You are so strong.
Defeat.
That's what losing looks like. I was just giving you an example. So you know for next time.
Thanks, babe. Silly. I was thinking maybe card, but no. Facing? No.
Gennaro.
So it means 4 letters.
And it starts with a D?
No, it doesn't have to start with D. It could be a dong, but it's not.
What is there any letters in there?
I don't know one of them. I have no idea.
Why not?
Coworkers in here.
Oh. Mike is kind of gay sometimes.
Here from the way. Wow. Battle.
Yeah.
Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
So I know. Dude, this game looks kind of gay.
It's not.
Sure.
You lost
Yeah.
Zone C.
Yay.
You captured Zone A.
Yeah, you run up the stairs.
Okay, gay.
Oh, yay.
Look,
You
pussy.
lost
All
Zone
three of
A.
them. No, all three of them just beat the shit out of him.
You captured Zone A.
My boy XX Super's getting his ass beat.
Oh, XX Super. Oh, dang.
You captured Zone C.
Oh, terrible. Fatal. Fatal.
You lost Zone C.
We're doing good now. We need to help our boy at C though. He's getting his ass beat over here.
Okay. So,
Big man went down, but that's alright, we're coming.
don't worry, big man. We're coming.
lost Zone A.
Oh.
You lost Zone C. You captured Zone A. You captured Zone C. You lost Zone C. You captured Zone C. You lost Zone C. Enemy team is breaking. The enemy rally.
You're doing great, honey.
God, I hate that dodge move, dude. It just dodges right on my fucking thing.
Enemy team is breaking.
Watch your pie now. Huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
We do.
The enemy rally.
My mom's calling me.
Enemy team is
Hold on.
breaking.
Hello?
How's the weather?
Bad.
Do you guys have weather too?
Yeah, we got rain and like wind.
Yeah, so crazy thing is it's South Carolina too. I'm here. Kids got out of school early and everything.
What, out of school early for rain?
Yeah. Well, I think it's the weirdest. I know. I know. But I, for once in my life, said, you know what? I have an appointment for my eyelashes. I like them.
You captured
I'm
Zone
past
C.
due, and I said I'm just going to go, and I'm not going to panic about the weather.
Yeah.
But it was, and because also it's a straight shot at 695, and I'm familiar with the roads, because I would not have done it if it wasn't my usual.
Yeah.
So, anyway, coming back, all backed up, 690, like 702, you know, like down by the restaurants we go to in Essex or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, where Mr. Kim and Miss Jack live, right, like I go right in the shopping center that they would shop in. So I come back, and there's all backed up. I see, finally, it takes me a while. It took me like 20, we sat talking for like 25 minutes. Anyway, I see it's one car, one black sedan, flipped over. It's very bad.
Really?
They probably hydroplane. But on the report, WBAL, the people that I trust when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, this, that, and another. They're saying jackknife tractor trailer. It was not a jackknife tractor trailer. And not only did I hear the report while I was sitting in the traffic, I heard it again when I came home. They're still saying jackknife at 702 and 695 is all backed up because of jackknife tractor trailer. Can you believe that? How did they get that wrong?
They're just lying.
But what, like, the police are right there. The men with the arrows were there quickly to get everybody over. So I don't understand. But now, here's another place that I trusted, and now I can't. That's wrong. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, they're just
Trust
lying.
no one, except for your mother and father. You trust no one. But why would they lie? There was an accident. There was a car turned upside down, but it was not a jackknife tractor trailer. That's what I don't get. Who's reporting this?
I don't know.
I feel like I want to call them and be like, how do you screw this up? There's people have I'm sure there's people that literally could have, you were sitting still, took pictures of it. I was not going to do that because this person, I don't know. I didn't see the ambulance or anything, but I'm just saying they could not have survived as bad as it was. Like, oh, it was bad. And on its turtle, on its back, on its hood, totally flipped upside down on the roof. So, anyhow, it's supposed to stop tomorrow.
Okay.
Dad said you're coming home this weekend?
Yeah, I'm driving up to Ansel Thursday, and then I'll spend the night, and then I'll go to her mom's, and then I'll be at our house on Friday. Yeah.
All right, let me know if you're going to make anything special.
I'm good.
I really wanted to make you prime rib, but I'm not ready for it yet. I've been looking at recipes and trying to figure out how to choose the best cut of meat because there's different cuts of prime rib.
Yeah.
So I'm not ready for that yet. But I just had the fish that you like.
Tilapia.
Tilapia. And I also tried their frozen salmon this time because it says sockeye, and sockeye is wild in Aldi. It's a little bit more a bag, but still dirt cheap, $7 I think it was.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try that.
Okay.
And then yesterday I'm going to say I made this with ground chicken, which is cheap, half a head of cabbage that I shredded on the mandolin. Do you think you'd want a mandolin?
No, I don't need a mandolin.
I mean, it just makes it so easy to quickly, like, do carrots, celery. I use it for my soups, and it's also even, so it's the same size. But shredding the cabbage, you know how up the road they do that at the place you guys like?
Yeah.
The Asian place. That's what they're doing on a mandolin.
Okay.
I mean, you could do it by hand, but it would take a while, and you're not going to have a uniform. So, I don't know. I think you would. I would say that's one of my best kitchen gadgets I've ever done. You know, like handheld. Where are you?
I'm in my room.
Oh, it sounds like there's like an air conditioner going on or a fan or something.
I think it's the washer.
Oh. So how's your roommates?
They're good.
Your brother found out today that, I'm telling you, he is, I don't know what to say, but he's basically has to spend $1,000 on all kinds of stuff. No one gave him a list to tell him that he has to come with these things.
They had to have given them a list.
They're random, and they're like a gun cleaner, or some sort of brush or something. I don't even remember what else he said, but they're very random things. Like, they're not all bag or something. I don't know. but he already spent $200 on the boots, or $250. I don't know, 250.
Yeah,
And he
boots are
thought that's all he
expensive.
had to buy. But he met with a guy today that has already been through what he went through.
Yeah.
And then he was like, do you have your whatever? And then Dylan's like, no, I didn't know I needed to get that. But Dylan says if he would have showed up without it, that they would have not let him come in.
Probably not. They probably would have figured something out. They don't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
But they didn't give him the list.
I don't. Well, there's no way. Like, that's not.
How can you know something that no one told you? That there's no way of knowing unless someone told you.
Is you sure they didn't tell him?
I would say definitely with Dylan, yeah. But he also asked 0 questions. He just shakes his head. He shakes hands, shakes his head. So anyway, he thought he was dad's good. That's a lot. He didn't expect to be spending $1,000.
I had my financial meeting today.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of asking questions, so it's just like a meeting with a person in your command who's supposed to be the financial. So I had a meeting with her, and obviously I don't have any bills or anything. So I talked to her. Also, does Dad have a credit card open in my name?
But you don't have a credit card. Your checking account then sometimes has a credit card, but it's not really a credit card, but you could use it as a credit card. But yeah, you don't have a credit card.
Well, I have.
Why? Does she find one? That's probably a deadly theft.
No, she just said, so I have a credit score, but she said it doesn't really make sense that the number that it is.
No, I don't know. I think your father did do something to help you too. You'd have to ask him.
Well, it's only like 670, so I don't know.
670, believe it or not, for somebody that because you don't have credit, which means you don't have debt. Okay, so it's this very bizarre thing. Like you have to have debt to have credit. So it's kind of weird. But basically, what gets you to the credit score is that you take debt on car payment, a house payment, an apartment would count too, but car payment, the house and the car are your big number ones. They're the ones that are going to crush you if you miss one freaking meeting or you pay them, crush your score. Or they will raise your score quickly and a credit card. But they don't tell you that they will crush you if you pay 5 days late. There's all this small.
But can you set up automatic payment?
You can. But listen, life happens. This is why I'm trying to talk to you guys about, like, there's so much stuff you have to think of that you think you don't have to think of, but it will affect you, so it's best to figure it out. So, once you get BG in your name, once you get lease in your name, say something comes up and, I don't know, you need tires or like whatever. Sometimes you gotta be like, shit, I can't pay that. I can't do it. I don't have it. I have to get, this is something unexpected came up. I don't know, a medical bill and you don't have insurance. You can't even think about it. Your dog needs to have broken ACL. And you're like, I'm gonna save my dog. So I'm not gonna pay my rent. So it's not just talking about people just being losers. It's life. And sometimes you choose something, your dog, over the rent. Or the BG, whatever. But that is where you can get into trouble with credit. And then some people just get into trouble with credit because they open up credit cards left and right and they give them to young people. And you're like, yeah, I want those Hulu limits, but I can't afford it, but I'm just going to put it on a credit card. And then that builds up and then that happens. And that's just a vicious snowball that happens. So there's different reasons why you might have credit problems. And sometimes it doesn't mean that you're just being a jerk. Maybe something happened in life unexpected. You literally just don't make enough money to choose one or another. But 670 is not a bad credit report for someone who does not have it yet.
Well, anyway, I was talking to the lady, and I was like, I'm thinking about getting a credit card, something to build credit, and then she was like, all right, we'll look at some, and then she was showing me called secured credit cards, which are like, do you know what that is?
Right. Everybody has to start out with that, yes.
Well, she was.
Basically, they're not taking. They don't want to take a risk on you because you have no history of paying your debt.
Well, she was trying to show me those, and then she was explaining it to me like, say you pay $500, you put you load the card with 500. That gives it a 500 limit, and then now you spend 500 on the card, and then you pay off the 500, and then your card goes back to 0, and you can go up to 500 again.
Credit cards in a world where everyone wants to live, you should not be letting those credit card debts go the next 30 days. So that's what she's saying. But basically, the bank doesn't want to take a risk on you. So
Yeah, but then you lose $500.
But your credit score is going to go up.
I know, but
they're not taking a risk when you sell. After you're good and you pay that $500 off, and you pay more than your minimum, let's see, they're not paying too. Because they want you to pay your minimum, because they want you to pay the interest rate. You have to watch the annual, the APR, and the monthly interest rate, because there's two.
But you don't pay. But you don't. If you pay on time or pay early, then you don't pay the APR, right?
Right. If you pay it off within the 30 days.
So if I got a credit card with no annual fee, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how high the APR is if you pay it before the time where it's overdue. If you pay it.
Listen, everybody, but I'm just telling you, life happens, and they count on life happening.
But
they count on you going, whatever, because you're not looking at it on a yearly basis.
So if I spend, say I spend $50 on a credit card in 1 month, and I pay off the $50 early. Now, for example, say in a different, hypothetically, say I spent $1,000 on a credit card, and I also paid the $1,000 off early. Would me spending the $1,000 and paying it off on time / early give me more boost to my credit score rather than if I only put 50 on it, but I still paid it back early?
Oh, so the more you use it and the more you're paying on time, most important. They want you to pay the minimum. They don't want you to pay it off. You want to pay that off for yourself. But the more you pay your credit debt every month on time, you have to do it on time or late. It's devastating, disgusting how it can be so devastating to your score. Then they're going to look at, they're definitely going to want to see a year of you paying it the first of the month, the 5th of the month, the 14th of the month. Those are usually 3 times credit cards are due all the time, and you would do it automatic, so there isn't any problem.
Well, my question is, basically what I'm asking, here, let me tell you what I'm getting at.
It's long-term paying on time.
I know.
Every month.
What I'm saying is, what do you mean not paying it off?
They don't really, I don't believe in it. I don't think that, like you say, you have a 500 limit where you're just paying 50, and then you pay that 50, then you're saying the next month you put 50 on again, and you pay that 50 off within 30 days.
No, I'm not talking about the secured ones right now. I'm talking about, say I have a credit card with a $700 limit or whatever, because I have low credit, right? Low credit score. They give me $700 limit. What I'm saying is, this is what I'm thinking. If I get a credit card from I don't know, it would have no annual fee. I was looking at American Express.
American Express, first of all, I don't think they're going to give it to a young person like you. That's usually a card that you have to, and it's not really taken everywhere. American Express is, I don't really understand it, but it's a lot of places don't take American Express, and I don't know if it's because of what they charge them. Swipe by.
What about Navy Federal? They don't. Is that accepted?
I would assume more places than American Express, and American Express is funny, and I don't really know why. I never knew why.
What I'm trying to do, it doesn't matter where it's accepted because.
You want to do it for your regular stuff, like say your groceries, and then you pay it off.
No, what I want to do is, I want to open a credit card. I want to put, I have 2 recurring monthly payments. I have I think HBO and PlayStation Plus. I want to put maybe both of them, or just one there. Automatic payment, and then just put the credit card somewhere. Maybe in the back of my wallet, just in case there's an actual emergency. I'm just going to swipe this credit card, okay? But either way, not use it unless there's an emergency for anything but that one monthly subscription, which I don't even do. It's automatic, and the payment.
You say the credit card's paying now, but then when are you paying the credit card? You're paying whatever the minimum is on a monthly basis.
I'm asking if I can set it up where my checking account automatically pays the credit card at the end of the month.
Definitely.
And if I then do that, then that would build my credit, right?
Right.
So now my question is it even worth it to do that? Because how much can your credit score go up if you're just paying off a $12.99 a month current payment?
Right. I don't know.
Anyway, I asked the lady and she didn't know either, so now I'm just...
Well, your father would know because he's looked into it and he's had to build his credit up that from when we were in our 20s. So he will definitely know the best way to do that because he did a lot of research on it. But it's very easy to get a credit card, but I would not worry about that. I worry about the girls because they want to go and get close, and then the bills get out of control, and all of a sudden they're opening new credit cards. And you get embarrassed.
Because you're right, because my Navy Federal card has a $500 credit limit. So what I do is when I get paid, I put literally most of my check into my other account, my money market account. And then I have like $250 in my actual checking account. And then when that hits zero, the $250, it then goes into a line of credit. And then I just pay off my next check pays off that line of credit. And then that's built, and it's automatic, pays it off. And then that builds my credit too.
Well, you must have set that up.
Well, that's just part of Navy Federal.
Oh, okay. But no.
That's for if you're.
That really is a really good question for that.
If you're active duty military, you get a 500. You don't. There's no such thing as overdrafting for active duty on Navy Federal.
Well, thank God, because they can't give you shoes.
It just goes into. Well, they give me every issue wise.
You know why I think it's right where he is not really committed that they're doing all this. Although he got sworn in.
I don't get the officer stuff because there's it doesn't make sense. It's like they put you through the training and then what you just I don't get it. I don't know.
But I guess that's why they make him. But you know what? Do they reimburse him? Sorry. I mean,
Reimburse him for what?
for all this money he's spending. Like it was a pretty good list.
Yeah, you don't gotta worry about nothing when you're single, no dependents in the military. You don't worry about shit. Like you just.
But don't you think as it should be? Jesus, the point of our military is to keep everybody not in the military state. I mean, that is the point of the military, or any military. So I don't understand why that's not just like a normal thing.
It is in the military. What do you mean?
But that's what I'm saying. With whatever he's doing, he must really be able to walk because I just can't see them just handing you a list. You're going away in less than 2 weeks. And not everybody could have $1,000 or father called and I need that's terrible. I just can't believe that would prevent someone.
Did Dylan call Dad and ask for money to pay for it?
No, he just didn't realize that was going to happen. That he was going to have to take $1,000 or nearly $1,000 out of his account.
How many times has Dylan taken a loan from Dad? From Dad?
No.
Okay.
Does he?
I don't know. I was asking you.
No. No. You guys need help. We'll give you help, but it doesn't take loans. And remember, Dylan went to law school, was not supposed to work. They tell you not to work. In fact, they make you even sign a paper that says you understand how academically challenging it is, time-consuming, that working is not recommended in any way, shape, or form. Basically, if you fail out of terms. So he really didn't run into a lot of stuff because he was making good money and was able to work the whole time, really. I think he worked the whole time. So, and I was against that. I thought that wasn't a good idea. So, I don't know, but today was the day he met with some guy that is, I don't know if it's a mentor or just somebody that just went through whatever he's getting ready to go into. So, just told him a lot of stuff, and I just think that that's terrible. That you're asking someone to pay that much money, and you're literally, if he was sworn in. So I just don't understand it. But maybe Dylan's not explaining it right. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I want you to talk to Dad about this because it's important to have a good credit score because you never know. Say again, there's your dog. your dog needs surgery, being able to get a credit card, call your bank and say, I want to get a credit card, or, of course, every place will offer you, like, you can walk into any store and they all have their own credit cards, and everybody knows that's the worst thing you can do, because the APR is ridiculous and the percentage rate is just crazy. But in an emergency situation, it's good to know that you have that number, and also getting an apartment. Now, Dylan has needed a cosigner. He has needed us to cosign every time. So
Wow.
that's another thing.
I think
Because he didn't have credit. So your father, I believe he signed for this one too.
Ann just found a really good apartment. It's on the beach. It's $12.50 a month, and it's
Okay, there's something
brand
wrong with
new.
that.
One bed, one bath.
Is she sure that's not a rooming situation? Because that's what that sounds
It's
like.
one bed, one bath, 700 square feet. And it's one that the problem is she was looking at places across the bridge, which honestly I don't go to work till 9, so it's not like if I had a 20-30 minute drive to work, it wouldn't be a problem, because it's not like I would have to get up like early. Like I'd get up at like 7:30.
So you have to keep time.
But yeah,
But I question $12.50 on the beach. Tell her that is a scam.
it's on Zillow, so I'm looking into it.
Yeah, look at Realtor.com. Be very careful, especially with Zillow. But check on Realtor.com and see if you can find the exact listing.
Realtor.com.
Because Zillow can have a lot of scams.
Really?
It's just too cheap.
Well, no. I mean, the two other guys in my command, they have places for $1,200 a month.
On the beach.
Xander found for $15 on the beach.
And new.
Let me see.
Because there are two things that make me think it should be $2,400, $2,800. Now I don't know the area, but I'm sorry, I don't think there's anywhere we can go on the beach that wouldn't be prime, wouldn't still be considered prime property.
Yeah, Realtor.com has like nothing on it. It says off market and it has no pictures, no anything.
Yeah, so that's a little worrisome, because what happens is that if there's a realtor, a licensed bonded realtor involved, they put it on Realtor.com first. It goes on the MRS, and that's for all the agents and whatever. And then 48 hours, it goes to all the free sites, the Zillows, what else? There's several of them now. You know what I mean? Where everybody can see them. But they're not monitoring them. It's not, but Realtor.com is where you're really going to see the most up-to-date, active, and no scams. You're not going to find any scams on Realtor.com. You don't have to worry about that. But, and then also, I don't know how Virginia works. Now I know how ridiculous Boston is. And I can't imagine Virginia being, I think it's going to be more like Maryland, which we don't have here, where, like first month, like you can get a realtor that will find you an apartment. And they get a fee. But in Boston, they get first month's rent. You pay them, the person getting the apartment, first month's rent, and then there's an additional fee. And right now I can't think what the hell it's called, but it's disgusting. And it's like that in New York City too. So basically, to move into an apartment, you need first month, last month's rent. Okay, and then you need a security deposit. So you can't just look at $1,200. You have to look at, this is again, I'm like, this is a plan. This is, I need to save up. So say $1,200, then you need $2,400 plus security deposit. Security deposit is usually $1,000. It can be whatever they want, because the person that owns the place has every right to say, I've been screwed over. I've had people hop out on rent. I'm going to do $3,000. Now that you could say, nope, don't want this, and they could say, move along.
What is? I'm on Realtor.com and it doesn't have an option for apartment. It says multi-family.
Well, you want to go under rent.
Oh.
Say it's rent by. There's a button that'll say rent by.
How do I?
Now, your apartment buildings aren't usually going to be on Realtor.com. So this would be private rentals that they're paying the realtor fee because they don't want to deal with it. Or management companies that have it underneath of them, but there's a private owner.
Well, then how do I get a website where it just show me all apartments?
Well, again, you got to be careful. You got to do your due diligence.
Apartment.com.
Apartments.com. And then even Facebook Marketplace. I mean, trying to think, Dylan would be a good one to ask for that because I'm not sure how he found this one or what site he found this one on, but I can ask him. But I think his first place we found on like apartments.com. But remember, the first time we went up there, we paid someone. So we paid that a ridiculous amount of money because we didn't know what we were doing. It was COVID, freaking big city. We were definitely fish out of water. I don't feel like I feel like your father's got enough with Dylan renting all of his, the coastal Carolina stuff and now the Boston stuff that he's going to know what to look like. And he certainly knows what the current leasing agreements look like. Mm-hmm. Because you have to just be careful that nobody's adding any shit. Like, when they have a right to come in, like somebody else will be like, well, I need to come in, or I don't know, it can get weird. So you want to make sure there's a notice thing in there, like, yeah, this is your place, you have a right to come in, like, say, to repair something or to replace something. You have to give the leasees 48 hours notice. You can't just come in whatever the hell you want. Mm-hmm. But that would be in the lease. And also notice for move out, they can make that whatever they want. There's going to be a standard, but that doesn't say that owner can't say 6 months notice, which is insane. 6 months notice is insane. You would have a problem with that. So, but again, I feel like your father's done enough leases, and we've looked over enough leases to kind of know, even though it's Boston, they're pretty standard. I don't think Virginia's going to be more complicated than Boston. I would think vice versa. But first month rent, last month's rent, and security deposit. That's all up front. Now you get your security deposit back, and that's for damages. And getting your security deposit back, the sickening thing is you have to have it before you step foot in that place. But they don't have to give it to you. It's another thing that would be in the lease of how long it takes them to return the security deposit. So it's like they get to hold your money when you moved on and you didn't cause any damages, but yet they don't let you step foot in the place without having it and the check clearing and all that. So it's just a lot of different things that it's live and learn, but you want to cover as much stuff as you can because renting can be something else. You always take pictures. But yeah, I'd be worried about that price on the ocean. I just don't see it. I mean, I would live there. At 700 feet, our first floor, without the addition, is 925 square feet. Mm. So 700 feet's not, I mean, it's small, but it's not New York City small. So 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and a living area. Maybe a closet, a couple closets, depending on if it's new, definitely closets. But I don't know, but Dad would know as far as like scams, because he definitely ran into scams. Dylan thought he found places and it was great. The whole too good to be true thing usually is true. But mainly, you got to make sure you have your money ready. But I don't understand how Anne's doing that when she doesn't have any money. Does she have a savings? Maybe she has a savings.
Yeah, she's got a bunch of stocks.
It's just good, but see, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea to take stocks from rent. I think it's best. I think it's best. She's got to get a job.
She cannot get one right now. You know that.
You know what, Ryan? Her mother is fine. She Ubers to work, and she likes Ubering to work. Anne told me that because she doesn't like the time Ian had to take her there. I don't remember if it's because it was too early or if it was too late.
She Ubers when it's super early, when she has to go at 5 a.m.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fine. I can't believe her mother's like, come on, you get help from somebody for surgery for 6 weeks. Nobody should be freaking anybody's going to be there for damn months. You got to figure it out.
Well, right now she just can't get a job because she is helping her mom.
I know, but her mom has got to be healed now. Jesus God.
She went to the doctor yesterday. She can start driving, I think, in a week or two.
Yeah, so she's done. So right. So now it's time for Anne to move on. And even if it's just evenings and weekends, whether it's in her field or not. I mean, in her field's going to be hard. That's going to be hard. She's going to have to juggle both probably for a while. The girl just did my eyelashes. She did all right. So she came, I saw her badge on the table. I'm like, oh my God, you're a nurse? She's like, yeah, so I guess she does this eyelash thing. It's like a side gig, and hey, it's a good gig. But it's extra money. But that's not her full-time job. Now, she just does eyelashes now. I'm assuming she has to be what Ian's going to be, an esthetician. I don't think you can do that stuff and touch people's faces unless you have that minimal requirement. And then you go get a certificate in lashes in whatever branches off from that. But anyway, making money, saving money, and just kind of having a little bit of a buffer. Now, in an apartment, you don't have to worry about, expenses, but you have to be ready for car expenses and stuff. Hopefully your father would still help her, but wasn't he did he keep the strings for a little bit when she moved out? Like he wasn't being so generous? Or with her car or something, I feel like there was something he changed, didn't he?
Well, yeah, he just made her pay all the insurance up front, which was like $1,000
For a year?
for all the months she'd be there, or something.
Now, so that's something else for her to look into, insurance in her name. Your car insurance in your own name would be horrendous. But her being a girl, it might not be that bad. But it's something to compare. And it's a pain in the butt too. It's a lot of stupid phone calls and trying to Google stuff, and nobody wants to answer the phone, but it's stuff you gotta do if you want to live on your own. Yeah, now?
Why would
You're going to the mom's to stay?
Well, yeah, for Thursday night. Wait, why would she want to get on her own insurance if her dad's paying for it? Or I guess she is paying for it. It's just through him.
Right. Well, there is a point where you want to be on your own.
Well, why aren't you making me be on my own?
You are on your own. You're in the military. You are on your own.
I
You're
need,
making your own money.
I need an allowance.
I don't have your medical insurance anymore. You need your allowance for you.
For
This
you.
is your job.
I need you to give me an allowance.
I don't have any money.
You guys need to make up. I didn't have an allowance when I was a kid, so you gotta make up for it now.
You got whatever you wanted. I didn't have an allowance when I was a kid either. There's not a time you said you wanted something that you didn't get it. Even if your father was like, no, you still ended up with it. Oh, your headset and your chains. Just gonna remind you, I don't care if you were 5, you said it, stick to your word.
I don't think I was 5.
I think you said it more than once.
Yeah.
But no, it's a lot. It's a lot, and that's okay. It's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be hard.
The only thing I'm worried about now about the first month's rent and security deposit is the BAH doesn't come until I sign the lease, I think, or something like that. So that's going to be complicated. But.
Yeah, well, listen, you can't be paid for everything. You and Ian have to split it. That's how it works in this world. You split it, especially when she doesn't seem to be willing to handle school and work, which she should be able to. At this age, in your 20s, you should be working. You can do everything. 2 jobs at school. But she's got to earn her own money, and I can't work for her father. I don't care. Does her mother give her money? She's not used to that, and she's also going to have to adjust. Lululemon is not going to be in the play when you're in your 20s and you're trying to get on your own and build your own money. It's scraping and accounting, and it's not fancy stuff. There's no fancy. That's kind of what you can plan for, but I do worry about that if she's not used to that. And military, you're not making a lot of money. And you can't, it's not like you can go and get a part-time job. You can't. You're committed to what you've signed up for. But also, I think I do feel like there's a point where, I don't think your father should be buying your fancy stuff. I mean, once in a while, extra for Christmas or extra for birthday, and you go over the top, but it's about, getting out of the nest and not doing the luxury stuff. Or, that's just not good. But we shall see. But it's fun to find the places, not just the money-wise stuff. And you go to Ian has to know this too. And I'm sure he might say that on there, but they probably want you, he doesn't. They want you to contact them. Just gotta be careful with that. She talks to people, you can talk to people, but just, I just don't know if Zillow is the best way to go. I'm not saying there's not good stuff on Zillow, but I think comparing Zillow to other sites. But apartment.com, that's just a general one. But still, every other site there can be fraud on. But, it's not like you're not giving them any information, so be careful you're not giving them information or tell her that. But she's gotta be looking up, where can I work? She's gotta look at herself. Where am I gonna work living there? Where's my commute gonna be? Where's 5 places that I possibly could work? And she's probably going to need to, and then I don't know why did she ever do serving? Why was she just doing a hostess? Because come on, a hostess is in high school. Nobody's making money being a hostess. But I remember when I first met her, she was a server. Remember?
Yeah, that was kind of just Nick Falls. Like, if you ever notice, the only people that serve there are the same people that have served there.
Alright, but I'm saying she may have to go somewhere else and start at the bottom and be a server.
Well, yeah, obviously, Nick Falls is done.
I don't know if it's bad, but...
No, I said it's done.
It seems like the industry itself is going to be difficult, but also what I see about this industry is that if you are trying, you want to make a lot of money in a short period of time, yeah, you might be working till midnight, 2 and whatever, depending on where you are. But you certainly are, can make a good amount of money with your tips. But she's got to look at that too, where places are. Right?
Yeah, the problem is, my main 2 things about the apartment is, I guess it's 3 things. It's like, good area, and then parking, like there, because there's a few places. It's more downtown, which I think downtown's out of the question because it's not the best area. Like, it's not bad, but it's still a city, right?
Hey, look up the crime statistics. Get the facts. Now, also, you can go and get a feel for it, too, if you're physically walking it,
Yeah.
But look it up. Everything, that's all public record. Some cities make it easier to find online, but it all is public record. But, parking's extremely... And then, I don't know anything about Virginia, but parking in big cities, like Carrie doesn't have a car. I don't think she'd want one, but she said it would be more than her rent to park her car. Same thing in Boston. So again, I really don't think Virginia's going to be like that, but I don't know. So like if you say you find an apartment building, that's definitely something to look into. What the parking garages are. And how does that work? Because usually they're a yearly. They rent the parking spaces for a year. So it's another lease. So, but also don't just be taking this in your head. You gotta kind of write stuff down. But you gotta, try to keep it even. You're not making a lot of money, and you gotta talk about that. Like, how does Anne expect to make money? And her mom is fine, which we've got to be there because the meeting's starting getting crazy. What does she plan to do before school? And I don't care if she just is getting done in March. That's fine. That's plenty of time to get your foot somewhere. Or to make something to put away and save.
Yeah.
If she's living at her mom's for free. Which I'm sure she is. Because she's in school, so She's living for free, so anything that she would be making with any part-time job she got, evenings and weekends, restaurant or otherwise, she's going to be able to bank that and save that. So even if it's a little bit's better than nothing. $1,000 build up to 1,000, because there's your security deposit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you stink, Leo. You stink up Papa's room. You must have peed. You stink like a banshee. Alright, I gotta get them outside, little man.
Alright.
But I'm gonna see you Friday.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what you want to eat.
Okay.
You might think of something.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, love you, bye.
I love you, brother.